What's up, everyone? I don't see many informational videos out there surrounding the ugly stepsisters of lifts in the powerlifting world. So I'm bringing to you an informational series about the supplemental lifts that support our big three and our goal of getting stronger in those. So today we're going to start with the Spoto Press. Now, who does this involve? If you have a tough time right off your chest about 1 to 2 inches, you should listen up and continue on with this video. If you don't, continue to listen and learn a little bit and share it with your friends. All right, cool. So if you fail about 1 to 2 inches off your chest, it is likely due, obviously, to a strength issue in your pecs and your anterior delts. The Spoto Press directly attacks that weakness by forcing you to decelerate and then pause and hold about 1 to 2 inches off your chest, or where that sticking point is, and then to reaccelerate that bar after a pause. This is giving you an advantage to lift a little bit more and put more weight on the bar, giving you the experiences with higher intensities so that you can feel more confident to execute the lift later on. And I'll get into explaining a little bit more in depth later on about how to execute and when and where you incorporate it in your programming. So, what is it? I'm going to demonstrate and talk us through it. You're going to set up just as you would set up with your normal bench. You're going to come down to about 1 to 2 inches above your chest and hold, and then press back up. So I'm eliminating the bottom portion of the lift, which tends to be the most stressful and creates the most fatigue. Now, why is that important? That is important because we can utilize it as a second variation in the week to help experience higher intensities more frequently. And this is what I've found with my experience through coaching, is that people tend to need a bit more touches on higher intensities as you are peaking into a meet, especially through the bench press, because the recovery curve is a bit shorter for the bench press, and we just recover a bit faster with those muscles and in those muscles. So the recovery is a bit shorter, and we can kind of then re-expose our muscles to a high intensity. So we know who should do it and why. We know how to execute it and what it is. And we know a little bit about where to incorporate it. I typically incorporate Spoto Press later on in a strength or peaking block, again, as another supplemental lift or secondary bench press variation to help push and expose people to a higher intensity later on in their week, along with their typical bench pressing. This variation will allow you to load as much or more than what your max is for the bench press, because you are at a mechanical advantage to produce better force and not have as big of a stretch on your pecs, so that you can push more. The increased loadability is what allows us to attack that very specific range with some strength. Let me know if you have any questions on the Spoto Press. Don't forget to like and share with your friends.